Good morning, everyone. And actually, I am overwhelmed. And it's a great honor for us to chair this session. And thanks for giving opportunity to chair this prestigious AMOGS NOGS oration, which was started after a grand success of AMOGS in Nagpur with great efforts of AMOGS and NOGS. It's an honor to chair this session. And for this, we have a woman behind this grand success of AMOGS, which we are witnessing right now, and none other than Dr. Pushpa Jungare Somvanshi. We have just witnessed the love, respect, affection, passion, and her wisdom. And now, sorry to say, I don't have any words left to say anything more. I am really short of words for Madam. And only thing I would like to say that Madam is not only the loads of positivity with the patient, but with her colleagues, friends, seniors, and juniors. And she is sister of our beloved Noxian, Dr. Kunda Taide Madam. She is our teacher also. And now, with all the bundles of love, affection from the all AMOGs and all the delegates, I invite Madam to give her bundle of approach in obstetric emergencies. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam. Obstetrics is the most unpredictable branch of medicine. And obstetric emergencies, they might come, or in fact, they have habit of gate crashing. They always come unexpectedly. I have also gate crashed. What I am going to speak today, it was supposed to be addressed, this address was supposed to be given by Honorable Dr. Kannan Yedikar Madam, but because of some reason, unavoidable circumstances, she couldn't make it. So this is also an emergency introduction by me. I hope I will be doing justice to this keynote address. I'll be talking about bundle approach in obstetric emergencies. Now look at these two pictures. The first one depicts gully cricket. So you have to see what are the similarities and what is the difference between these two. Gully cricket is like tackling an emergency as it comes. The outcome is unreliable because it is just a backyard cricket or something done for sake of doing. Whereas the other picture depicts a professional team of cricketers. It is a well-trained professional team. The players play in unison with their responsibilities well defined and fully prepared. And they are time and again training themselves, preparing themselves to face the opponent. The reason why anyone treats a patient or any players, they play a team, is to achieve success. So this is what we want to achieve, success, when we are facing our opponent team. And team of obstetric emergency is the opponent team. We want to defeat it and keep our patient alive, healthy and well. Of late, we are trying to achieve this goal by tackling obstetric emergencies by bundle approach. When you think of bundles, what do you think about? It is a collection of things tied or wrapped up together. International Health Initiative developed the concept of bundles to help healthcare providers more reliably deliver the best possible care for patients undergoing particular treatment. The concept of bundle is, a bundle approach is a set or collection of interventions that are performed together every time a specific diagnosis is made or when a specific clinical condition is recognized. When completed together, elements of bundle may result in better outcome than when performed individually. So bundles makes us think differently to increase efficiency, avoid missing interventions, and improve team performance. I'll be taking example of the most dreaded complications which does not give us time to save the patient more than 2 hours, that is a postpartum hemorrhage. Maternal death reviews have found that 59% of maternal deaths are preventable. But then, what happens? What goes wrong? The problem is because of delays in the diagnosis, delays in the use of recommended interventions. We all know what are the interventions, but we might delay in using them. The disorganized use of multiple interventions are the key contributors in failure to save a woman with PPH. And bundle approach helps reduce these problems by providing an integrative, comprehensive, and organized approach during a postpartum, or for that matter, any obstetric emergency. A bundle care is a means to ensure that application of all interventions is consistent for all patients at all times, thereby improving the outcomes. I am fortunate enough to be a part of this design of PPH bundle. It was designed by Dr. Thomas Berg and his MGH Boston team in January 2018. With the help of PI of 10 medical colleges, our medical college was one of them, and 2 years of massive efforts of every one of the PPH of this team, the PPH bundle came into existence. It has clinical as well as non-clinical components. Now, whenever we are managing a patient of labor, she is bound to deliver. So to minimize the third stage bleeding or to prevent postpartum hemorrhage, we resort to active management of third stage of labor. This consists of use of oxytocin drugs as prophylaxis with prophylactic dose, use of oxytocin, misoprostol, and methylargometrin, control cord traction of delivery of placenta, and uterine massage. In spite of instituting this active management of labor to prevent PPH, still the patient lands in PPH, then what we are supposed to do. Apart from this active management, we should see what is the amount of blood loss. We should empty the bladder because a full bladder is going to interfere with the uterine contractions. We should put the baby to rest immediately so that it will help uterus to contract because of release of pitocin. So these are supportive measures. In spite of that, if the patient bleeds, call for help. And it is here that first response bundle is put to use. This consists of checking of tears. That is, most of the times it is the atonic PPH. So we start treating them, that it might be because of atonic PPH. So we give uterine massage. If IV fluid is already started, well and good, we add therapeutic dose of uterotonic drugs. If they are not started, we start them. Use of tranexamic acid has definitely helped in reducing the blood loss. Then we check for tears. Empty the bladder if it is not already emptied. And if there are tears present, the patient should be explored in operation theatre under good elimination. And if there are tears, they should be repaired. If the patient has not emptied her bladder, it is better to catheterize the patient when patient lands in PPH, not only to empty it, but also to estimate the urine output. If there is any possibility of retained products of conception, the uterus should be emptied of all the products, including blood clots, because that also might intervene with the uterine contractions. If after ruling out this trauma, emptying the bladder, emptying the uterus, the patient continues to bleed, then the refractory PPH intervention are brought into use. And this consists of compression maneuvers, bimanual compression with the help of 2 hands, one inside the vagina, other over the suprapubic region. We try to squeeze the uterus between these 2 hands. Or abdominal aortic compression. Then in spite of that, if the patient continues to bleed, this is a very good time-tested now uterine balloon tamponade method by which we can introduce a condom, inflate it with normal saline, and simply bring about tamponade. So we are pressing the open blood vessels or sinuses, which have not closed in spite of uterine contractions, or even if the uterus fails to contract because of this tamponade effect, the bleeding is going to cease. If we, in the meantime, we are thinking of taking the patient of our operation to operation theatre for further management, surgical interventions, in the meantime, we can put anti-shock garment. Or if you are dealing with the patient in some smaller hospital and you want to shift the patient to tertiary care center, the use of anti-shock garment can be, definitely it is going to use to tide over the period when she is being shifted. either from labor room to OT or from some other hospital to tertiary care center. Coagulation defect also should be kept in mind. In fact, it should be prevented by replacement of the blood that is lost with appropriate blood components only as soon as possible, instead of giving only crystalloids, because that is going to cause dilutional coagulopathy. So adequate blood transfusion, blood packed cells or plasma, FFP or platelets, whatever is indicated, they should be given. Patient can be then explored if these things have not helped with the help of systemic devascularization, uterine and ovarian artery ligation, internal iliac ligation, compression sutures, and as a last resort, we might have to carry out obstetric hysterectomy. If you are not able to manage this patient at your level, be prepared to transfer the patient to higher center. This is just again summarizing what I have said. Now this consists of clinical component. So there are also non-clinical components of PPH bundle. This is a new concept, but definitely it is as essential as clinical component. So far it might have been neglected, but definitely if we keep this in mind, this non-clinical component, it is going to definitely improve the outcome in the patient, and it is going to be rewarding in long run. So this consists of teamwork and communication. Now for example, we are running a hospital, or we are having a hospital when we are where we deliver the patient. So every patient is a patient who might land up with any emergency like PPH. So emergency team should be formed, and emergency team response should be elicited as soon as the patient lands in such emergency. And the roles should be defined, well defined in that team. Team leader should be there who decides the diagnosis, makes the diagnosis, makes the decisions. Then there should be a provider who provides the necessary things to carry out the treatment, and there should be informer who informs the patient or fills in the blood forms, takes the sample and give it to pathology and other things. And communication should also be well planned. So teamwork and communication is a very important part of this non-clinical component of bundle. Facility readiness. Now we know any patient who delivers can land in PPH, so we should have this PPH tray or PPH corner ready, and in which all the things which are necessary to treat such patient or even prevent PPH, they should be at hand. They should be rapidly available, including intracats of various sizes, IV set, blood transfusion set, drugs which are to be refrigerated, they should be close by, easily available, and even UBT, balloon set, and anti-shock garment. All these things should be readily available. Network integration. This is very much important, because if the patient is being shifted from some smaller hospital to tertiary care center, what treatment has been carried out or already been given at that center, and what further management is required, this communication should be well provided to where the patient is being shifted. So the tertiary care center is ready to receive this patient. So proper communication with integrated network services from smaller to higher hospitals, they should be there. So to summarize, the quality PPH emergency care not only includes PPH emergency clinical care, but also teamwork and communication, facility readiness, network integration, and most important, the quality assurance. That is, whatever we are doing, it should be documented. The data should be there so that we can improve upon this. Wherever there are lacunae, we can remove those lacunae. So this approach, bundle approach, has definitely helped in reducing the maternal mortality and morbidity. Bundle approach in handling obstetric emergencies is the need of the day. None of us, including me, ever do great things, but we can all do small things with great love, and together we can do something wonderful. To this great love, I will add diligence and ingenuity and teamwork, most important, so that we can take care of the patient properly. We can have such bundles for eclampsia, shoulder dystocia, postpartum collapse, fetal distress, all emergencies, obstetric emergencies. So I hope I have provided some new inputs in form of bundle approach to tackle obstetric emergencies. Thank you.